Yeah, welcome back to another video. Today we'll be going over all of the New Year's units, or the Christmas Part 2 units, whichever you prefer. Kaido and Luffy, Amelia, Frieren, and Judar. I don't have Sinbad. That might take a while. This event is not as grindable as some of these other ones we've had. It's a little more annoying. If I do a second video on this update, I will for sure show off Sinbad and the Battle Pass unit. But yeah, that's all that's going to be in this video, just showing off these units, showing off Kaido and Luffy specifically at their very peak with like max buffs and everything. But yeah, don't want to take too long at the beginning here. You guys enjoy the video. I'll probably so we'll evolve him. I have everything. Honestly, getting everything to evolve him took the longest. I think doing the quests actually weren't that bad. Oh, so this is the cutscene? That is very cool. Ooh, I got pretty lucky. Both those stats went up. Alright. I did already roll Crusader on him. I wasn't going to take anything less, so I didn't bother showing it. But I am going to roll on everybody else. That's Rengoku. That's the wrong spot. Oopsie. So I don't have Sinbad. I might make a video on him. The problem is, this event is annoying to grind. I guess I'm already a fifth of the way there, in all fairness, but I need to record other things. I've been like, basically haven't had time to record anything else because of this game, so we'll see. If I could AFK chamber it, I would definitely try, but I'm not gonna push for it right now. Let's start with you, and we'll just go until Frieren. Did I finish Battle Pass? I'm close. I might do that. Actually, I don't have any stones. I guarantee you take stones to Evo. So just first Mythic. Oh, don't do that. Come on. I really don't know what the best trait in any of these units would be. Good enough. Do Dark Mage next. Was not expecting to spend that many rerolls on the first unit there, so I might be down more than I was expecting. Granted, I got really lucky with Kaido. I got Crusader on him at under 200 rerolls, and I had basically just rolled Crusader on Dio. Eclipse again. Really fair. I think Crusader on her would be good, but I'm really not going to push for it because I don't think she's that good. Guess I want to roll off the double trade. I need to remember to turn the game audio back off once we get in. And I'm not going to roll on Hestia because there's really no point. Jeez. Aurora. That might be good. No, I mean, she's a 3 placement. I don't think so. Boom. Boom. That probably would have been better on Amelia. I actually do think they had a pretty stacked lineup of units, all things considered. Dark Mage and Frieren are obviously great picks. Luffy and Kaido was actually a great New Year's pick, I'm not gonna lie. I would not have guessed that. I just thought this was a One Piece update. I'm actually gonna do this in 2 runs. Because I just remembered. So yes, I actually will be bringing Hestia into this first one. Lelouch and Mr. Satan. I need to transfer his shiny over. Oh, that's... I assume they'd be like Akaza and Rengoku, where it's like, they're physical light and dark. Because Kaido was dark and Luffy was light pre-Evo. Oh, cosmetics, God. Quick theirs, you've probably seen this one floating around a bunch already. Oh, you've got the Gear 5. That's actually really cool. It's very simple, but it's fun. Hestia, Aura and Pose, Ririn, Aura, Pose, and the Staff. Actually, not a bad one. Dark Mage. Also not too bad. And then, oh, she doesn't have one. Okay. Well, I'm just going to be using the Kaido one. I'm going to pop into an Infinite. We'll read over his passives, look at his attacks. So yeah, we'll look at Kaido, we'll look at their passives, we'll look at all their attack animations, and then I'll go through and like full max buff them to get them at full strength. Okay, well, let me finish upgrading the farms and then we'll go through their passives because I won't need to upgrade them for a little bit. So yeah, they just beat up on each other. So, Sun God versus Dragon claims the battlefield as their territory. Before each attack, this unit releases an overwhelming Conqueror's Hockey Burst, dealing plus 33% damage in a full AoE. I assume that means it does a third of their damage in full AoE. Imperial Pressure, enemies that remain within this unit's range take more damage from this unit. 0 to 5 seconds plus 10% damage taken, 6 to 10 seconds 20%, 11 to 15 35%, and 15 plus seconds enemies will take 50% damage. Toon World, active ability. This ability can be toggled on or off at any time will act. This unit's damage type changes to true damage. That's crazy. Every unit gains plus 50% damage. All enemies are immediately cleansed from control effects and cannot be applied any control effect while Toon World is active. This unit has a 50% chance to miss after attacking. After missing an attack, gain plus 100% damage and minus 10% cooldown until landing an attack, guaranteed to hit after 4 stacks. Smile meter increases by 5% every 5% of the meter increases range by 1%. So you can get 20% range increase. And once the smile meter is full, the unit gains 25% range. That's crazy. So you've seen his attacks come. Let me get in closer. So yeah, they clash. Honestly, with their attack speed, they just don't stop. They have Joyful Barrage. They remain full AoE. I did not expect that. Is this? I feel like there's another passive because it's a +4 passives when you evo him. I will activate Toon World at some point, but did their attack even really change? Oh yeah, Luffy's doing something different. You can kind of see it. The Dance of Liberation. Oh, there we go. There's full dragon. How many times does that hit? Goodness. They are not the strongest, at least in raw damage, it would seem. Dragon Soul. So is the full AoE just representing the conquered battlefield? No, their attacks definitely all hit full AoE. That's probably why his damage isn't as crazy. And I think he's finally hybrid there. I am gonna have to sell him to check. Not hybrid on placement. Not hybrid there. Not hybrid on Dance of Liberation. So yes, upgrade 8, he becomes hybrid. Because it's weird, until you take him to the upgrade after, it won't show. It's a little silly. It's a very cool attack animations. Try and stack up Toon World. Oh, so if he misses his next attack, it sets his I see. It'll set his damage to 0. So I guess that's why modifying his stats would be good, because on the next attack, he doubles his damage. I don't know. I'm gonna let it stack up, and I'm gonna think on some things. Okay, so interesting feature, as you can see, he can, if he misses multiple times in a row, he stacks the buffs. Oh, yeah, it says guaranteed hit after 4 stacks. So he can get a 400% damage boost and 40% cooldown boost, which the cooldown, I feel like, doesn't really do anything. I guess it just makes it so that each time he fails to hit, he does the next attack quicker, which I guess is helpful, actually. But he can stack up to like 1 million damage because of that. And that's without any of these buffs. I will say the meter has not been increasing. So it might not work completely. So let's deactivate Toon World, set him back to normal. Because I assume... Oh, he only gets the buffs from that while Toon World is active. Interesting. Now if I reactivate it... No, there's something a little buggy with that, it seems. Still very strong. Like, I would say especially with Toon World up, because even though he can miss, you're gonna have other units down. It just allows for him to start basically stacking extra damage. Also, he buffs everybody else in his range for 50% damage. So I will bring him with the other units in the other Infinite I do. Let's stack up these. No, I didn't mean to hit. I clicked on them. It's really hard to click on other units because of how large they are. Did not mean to activate Toon World. Oh, it seems Toon World resets if you deactivate it. That's not great. We have that. Estia can be a little buggy. When you place her, it automatically activates this, so just click on the unit you want to use it on. Also, they don't have to be in her range. You can put her literally anywhere. It does not matter. Okay, so I'm gonna have to let this stack up. That'll take a second. All right, so this is them maxed out without Toon World active. We're gonna activate this. We'll look at that a little bit just to see their stats. I think they're very strong, and I don't think they're nearly as expensive as Dio. The problem is, well, they're not just a damage unit, because in Toon World they have utility with the 50% damage buff, but they also disable control effects, which like means you can't really run him with Dio because Dio is all about the control effects. I don't know. It's kind of odd to me. Oh, we've got, I think, multiple stacks. How much damage was that? $3.5 million at max stacks with all the buffs up. Wow. That's kind of crazy. I can't tell how many hits their attacks are, though. That's like my only thing. I can't tell if it's 1 hit or like 4. Or, it might be 3. Because I feel like only Kaido's attacks actually do anything. So yeah, they're crazy. You definitely want to have Toon World active at all times if you're running them. The only thing about disabling control effects is that it means you can't do anything to keep them in range. Like enemies in range longer, so you can't apply slow, time stop, things like that. So you have to keep that in mind if you're building a team around Kaido and Luffy. But yeah, that's it for Kaido and Luffy. They are honestly quite crazy. And you can see the 50% damage boost on Lelouch here. Is very good. Back out to lobby, I'll build a team with everybody else, and we'll run a second Infinite. I am going to take off the Kaido cosmetic because it is kind of disruptive, but if you didn't see it, look at the silly way they have you move. It's perfect. This is probably the best cosmetic they put out. I am very curious what their shiny is, but I was not. Excuse me. I was not about to try and do that. We'll put Freren's on. You know what? That's Dark Mage. I don't even know who I'm talking about. All right, we're gonna start with Freren because she's the 3 placement unit. She is a heal unit. She does not have any other attacks. She just has the 1. And really the only stats that change on upgrade for her are range and damage. Her attack speed, I think, does not change. Even though she has a meter at the bottom. I'm just going to max her out first because it's not like we have to watch through attacks or anything. I actually put speed card on instead of Lloyd. It'll probably be a little bit slower. Her damage is quite good. Oh, they changed her first passive. Originally, her first passive, it cast her first skill at, I think, 500% damage. So they did nerf that, but I also think it's because it didn't work. He gets a lot of range of your Aurora, goodness. Yeah, her attack, I'm not exactly too thrilled about the fact that her attacks don't change, but I understand her Grimoire is how that works. She gains mana storage upon placement. She gains 10 mana after every attack. So we have Thunderfire Cage, costs 20 mana. It deals 100% damage and a full AoE. I don't know if these have their own oh, they do have their own animations. Ah, that's actually really cool. Okay. Judgment of Thunder and Fire deals 100% damage and a 13 size circle AoE. It inflicts black flames for 20 seconds, which deal 400% of the unit's damage over time. Wow. Okay. That's actually very cool. And then you have Void, which takes all of her mana. It deals 750% of her damage in a 180-degree cone, so half of her AoE, and then executes all enemies below 10% HP. So effectively every 10 attacks you can nuke with her. It's quite strong. If this is like a unit you really want to make good, absolutely get Crusader on her. I don't know if she's the best heal unit. Well, actually, she is quite good. And she's about, I think sell price is half of buy price. I could be wrong. She's about 60k to max. And she always has a decent cone. I'm gonna let her attack one more time because I think if I don't, it'll interrupt this. She spawns a black hole and it consumes all the enemies. Understood why that executes. So she's very good. You have Dark Mage, he is full AoE on placement with 4 placements. So, Corrupted Magi, attack supply, decay to enemies for 10 seconds. Decay is just bonus damage from magic type units. I believe his is 15%, yeah. But not only that, he then deals a bonus 15% damage to enemies who are affected by decay. I'm gonna have to upgrade him. He does the ice shards, the Rook infection. I don't actually know what anime this guy is from. He gains 25% crit chance. You can't put Inverted Spear of Heaven on him because he's magic type. On crit hit, shocks the first enemy in range. It deals 40% of his damage and applies stun for 3 seconds. So you'll notice that when he attacks, some enemies get hit with unconscious. Which probably means he is multi-hit, which is really good. Black Sun. He gains a meter upon placement. Meter fills up 10% every attack, pretty much the same as Freren. When his meter hits 100%, he gains Following Bust for 60 seconds, 33% damage, 12.5% cooldown, and after 60 seconds, the meter resets to 0. What's his third attack? Black Lightning. It's exactly like Anime Adventures, except they didn't make him full AoE. He is hybrid on this upgrade. I think he is very strong for a 4 placement unit, because he's got magic damage increase, he can do stun, he's got crits for bonus damage, he's 4 placement, so if you have all 4, he hits the stuns like crazy. It'll be easier to show on these ones. But like if you look, he stuns them like mad. I really wish we had a new relic this update since we had to play legend stages, but I'll probably just keep making more inverted spears of heaven. I think he is the best of these three units. I think Amelia is probably the worst. I definitely think you get Radiant on Dark Mage, you've got some good stuff going. Very solid passives on his end. We have Amelia, who is our second 5 placement unit. She has a massive AoE circle. What's her attack? Oh, it's a little like ice field. She does play slow. So Frozen Resolve, all ice element units in range gain plus 30% damage. So all of the units from last update, except like Dio and Kareem, the hybrid unit, will all get buffed by her. And attacks apply 50% slow to enemies for 4 seconds. Not bad. I'm gonna put another one down so they buff each other. Frost Shards, even bigger AoE circle. I mean, it's just to spread around her slow, mostly. Doesn't have the best attack speed. I mean, she's not a damage unit. I think that's the big thing. She's not hybrid. She is a ground only slow. I don't see any case where you run her because Dio exists, who can be a hybrid slow. I think he's the only one. Like, I feel like unless you're running a full ice element team where like you're trying to really buff up Esdeath or something, I don't see much point in running her. But let's get all 5 down. I forget. I don't think the buff stat. It does not know. So yeah. Now for the last thing, I need to max up. Actually, I do need to leave both of you down. I want to max upgrade one of every unit, and then I'm going to activate Kaido, or I'm going to activate Toon World. We should get the 50% damage buff on all of them. You can run this team. 75,000 damage, 70,000 damage, 64,000 damage. What's their DPS? They actually all have about the same DPS. Granted, Freerun has my worst stats and the worst trait of the 3, so the fact that her DPS is, I think, the best of the 3 probably says something. Amelia has the best stats. Well, no Dark Mage, I think, has better. Okay, regardless, God. Okay, Toon World. Good buff. Yes, there's the 50% damage buff to everybody. 105,000 damage, 113,000. So, Kaido is... They're like a buffer, like high damage kind of. They're like a nuke unit in a way. In the fact that when you have Toon World up, they can miss, so they're not going to be hitting as often, but when they do, the numbers are huge. And then they buff everybody else you have. But yeah, I mean, I think they're good. I don't know what modes you'd want to bring them into realistically. The fact that they are the same placement price as Dio does make things complicated in the fact that Dio is... He is full AoE on placement just like them. He is significantly more damage. And he's hybrid. Like, I think there's definitely... I think there's teams for both of them. I don't think you run them together, though. Because if you Toon World up, you can't do, like, time stop or anything like that, so... But yeah. I would say don't bother going for Akaza and Rengoku anymore. I don't think there's any point. Unless you really need a fire or water unit, and then I guess. But... Luffy and Kaido are just better. They're both full AoE. Kaido's these guys have better damage and better passives overall. But I mean, yeah. Doesn't be taking a break from this game. I don't think you'll see Sinbad or Bell for a little bit. Hopefully I get some time to work on some other stuff. But yeah, I will, if you guys enjoyed the video, you know, feel free to please leave a like and subscribe. I'd greatly appreciate it. Comment down below your thoughts on the update, because I am curious. Like, I know I'm kind of iffy on the update. The New Year's event is just kind of annoying, and the fact you can't AFK chamber the currency is very dumb. But also, I know that I was kind of burnt out because of how hard I had to grind the last update to get Dio. So I think this update is decent. I'm just kind of burnt out on the game right now. And yeah. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you enjoyed the video. I don't remember if I said that or not. I'm really scatterbrained right now. I'm gonna work on some stuff for the main channel. I think I said that last time and I haven't gotten to it yet. It's Crusaders is taking up so much of my time. I'm gonna try and get some Universal Tower Defense stuff done as well. I've barely gotten to play that update. Granted, I haven't liked that update so far, so we'll see how that goes. And yeah, I will see you guys next time. Peace out.